the G7 summit in Canada, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio acknowledged that Russia had successfully targeted Western-supplied air defenses in Ukraine.
But ultimately, if that equipment is ultimately destroyed a week later after it's installed, that remains a problem, and that's been the history of the last 2 or 3 years.
That statement rippled through Washington. If advanced Western systems are being neutralized that quickly, Moscow's precision strike campaign is clearly adapting faster than Kyiv's defenses. Rubio then turned to the sanctions war, conceding that the United States has little left to restrict.
There's not a lot left to sanction from our part. I mean, we hit their major oil companies, which is what everybody's been asking for. Obviously, those have to be implemented, and it'll take some time to begin to feel it. But, I mean, I don't know what more there is to do. I mean, we're running out of things to sanction in that regard. Well, Shadow Fleet is an enforcement mechanism, and obviously sanctions have to be enforced. So, we don't put sanctions and then not enforce them. We're interested in enforcing them as well. So, but that's more of an enforcement matter.
The comment undercut the Western economic narrative. With Washington's options nearly exhausted, the weight of enforcement now falls squarely on Europe. And when pressed on European demands for stricter American oversight, Rubio fired back with a blunt reminder of Washington's independence.
I don't think that the European Union gets to determine what international law is. They certainly don't get to determine is how the United States defends its national security.
Rubio didn't stop there. He called out what he saw as double standards from America's European allies, demanding US nuclear-capable systems for their defense while criticizing Washington's own regional deployments.
I do find it interesting that all these countries want us to send, and supply, for example, nuclear-capable tomahawk missiles to defend Europe. But when the United States positions aircraft carriers in our hemisphere where we live, somehow that's a problem.
Finally, Rubio was asked about reports of renewed nuclear testing. He linked the idea to broader global competition.
Well, it didn't, the new Trump's pledge to resume testing of our nuclear capabilities, that includes delivery systems, is on par with what other countries around the world are doing. We got to make sure these things work and that they're safe.
From sanction fatigue to renewed nuclear rivalry, Rubio's remarks exposed a Western alliance struggling for leverage while Russia continues to adapt on the battlefield.